plaintiff, Andrea Davidson, is dating the defendant's brother, and she claims after she got pregnant with another man's baby, the defendant started threatening her and her children. Andrea is suing for the harassment and emotional distress. Defendant Michelle Like says Andrea lied about having a baby with her brother, and they only found out the truth after a DNA test proved another man was the father. Michelle insists Andrea has been harassing her, and she has the voicemail to prove it, so she's countersuing.
All rise. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. You may now be seated.
Start with you.
Okay. My boyfriend Antonio, this is his sister Michelle. I say everything was going good around 2012.
How long have you been together?
We've been dating for 6 years now.
Okay, that's 12, all right.
Yes.
Things were going well.
Things was going well until me and Antonio was dating, and I ended up getting pregnant. But around that time, my mother had passed away. I had came to them, for help because, I needed someone's shoulder to cry on. Mm-hmm. At this time, we was cool. Once I announced that I was pregnant, Michelle started, threatening me, saying how she gonna kill me and my kids.
Did you ask her why?
I asked her why. She mad because he want to step up to the plate with my son and it wasn't his.
What was the first thing said?
The first thing was said is, I'm gonna kill you and your kids. I hate you.
The first thing she said is that. She didn't tell you why she was saying it?
No, she didn't.
So how do you know that's why then?
Because everyone on the streets was telling me that knew all of us.
That everybody on the street said the reason she called you all those names is because she's mad that your boyfriend, her brother, is stepping up to the plate.
Yes, and basically saying that I was lying to him and playing him, but he knew the whole time that Anthony wasn't his.
And she never said any of that to you?
Yeah, she said that to me, in 2014 when she tried to attack me with a crowbar.
Before then, she never told you why she was cursing you and your kids?
No, not before
then.
And
you never had any idea?
No.
You just thought you were being cursed?
Yeah.
You just thought that was normal?
No, I didn't think it was normal.
Right,
I knew it was something that about the person she is, you can't talk to her.
Ma'am, let me hear from you. She says
that
you cursed her, and she said she didn't ask you why, and she didn't find out for 2 years.
Okay, Your Honor.
So you give me your scenario of the first cursing and threat. Go ahead.
Okay, me and Andrea, we had grew up in the same neighborhood. Mm-hmm. 2012, like she said, we got closer. Somehow him and her hooked up at my house. Months down the line, she said she was pregnant, cool with me. He didn't want to claim the baby. I was team Andrea. After that, she had the baby. A year later, a man stepped in like that was his child, said he was the father, got a DNA test, the other guy, come to find out Anthony was Anthony's dad. So after that...
Anthony is the other guy, not him.
Anthony is Anthony's dad, the other guy.
The other guy is the dad.
So,
but there was a question whether your brother was at one point.
Exactly, but
had she told you your brother was, or had he said?
She did. She came to me first and said she was pregnant.
And then when you found out, how long after?
I say I hung in her the whole pregnancy. He wasn't nowhere to be found.
How many months, years?
A year later when he turned 1.
A year later?
Yeah.
Okay, and so that's when you got upset?
I didn't never get upset. The
yes,
real father.
Did.
No,
Go
the
ahead.
real father contacted us and let us know what was what.
You were upset that she blamed your brother for something that wasn't true? When you found out the truth? Something that important, ma'am, you were upset. Now you starting to...
it's still the same love, sir. It's still the same love. Nothing never changed between me and Andrea.
Oh, okay. Well,
yeah.
Oh, okay. So all this, she never harassed you?
Yeah, she has harassed me.
You just said nothing has changed.
I'm saying, and the baby, I wasn't mad about him not being
What were you mad about?
I was mad about the harassment.
Why was she harassing you?
I guess that's just her. I have voice.
You never asked her? Why are you harassing me? Why are you cursing me? So today, she don't know why you were cursing her, and you don't know why she was cursing you. So why don't you all look to each other and tell each other why you were cursing each other? What did she do to you? Ask her.
I know. I just said, I know why you was cursing me out because
You just told me you didn't.
No, you asked me, did I ask her? I never asked her because people's on the streets was coming to me like, Andrea, Michelle said this, Michelle said that.
What's she doing to you?
I don't do he say, she say.
All right,
she has
ask her what she
harassed
did to
me.
you.
She has stolen plenty of
things. Did you ever ask her why?
Yeah, I asked her, but I don't get an answer.
Let's try one more time.
I want to
Why'd you do all that?
Why did you harass me when I never was the problem? You started off with my mama and my sister. Why you come for me and leave dirty voicemails and make a fake Facebook account about me?
I never harassed you.
Okay, there we go. She says she never did. So we're going to be very clear on that very soon because you have some paper or another in your hand that you indicate having. You have a voicemail with her harassing you?
Yes, sir. I have pictures, face, and I do accounts with me and my kids saying
What'd
awful
you say,
things.
And I do too.
Yeah, but you said you never harassed her.
Yeah, I'm saying I have her papers of her arrest.
No. I'm telling what you just said. Before she said, I have a voicemail, you said, I never harassed her. Do you remember saying that?
I said that.
She said she has evidence where you have. So let's listen to it. And you have a transcript of the voicemail?
I do.
All right. She says she's never done this.
You just kept calling my phone. I shut it, and then with your nasty 13, 78-year-old man, Mr. You nasty. You know not to answer the phone, but like it just sounds so funny. Did your mama ever tell you your daddy really was like dirty? Can't answer the phone now. I hear the nerve dealing. Right with your nasty. Like your nasty mama got your fingers removed. That cup below your stomach for older man. I'm not worried about you talking about. At least I got my own door and leave. You built and stanky, built down, put the on it. You just mad because you never was able to do your kids. You got the next doing your kids. I want you to stop playing. You in the phone, man. Dumb. She look like she about to build a shape. She got a built like an older man. That's what she built like. So next time you come with me and my kids, make sure you stay back, bro. Because I got hella on you.
Why you say you never harassed her?
I never harassed her.
Okay. All right.
I don't remember that voicemail. That must be like probably around 2012, like within 2018 or 2017.
You say you never did.
I never harassed her.
I'm going to conclude that you've perjured yourself, and I'm going to dismiss your claim and grant hers for perjury. You clearly perjured yourself. I heard your voice very clearly, and you keep saying you never did, even as of now. What do you have there? No, when you perjure yourself, you lose.
Putting animals by
when
me,
you
my
perjure
kids.
yourself, you lose.
Yes, she put pictures by me and my kids saying awful nasty
like
things, breaks through windows.
That sounds exactly like you.
Yeah.
Your voice is very, very, very extremely unique.
You can't even discriminate. I can't even fake my
Have a
voice.
good day, ma'am. Your claim is dismissed for perjuring yourself. Yours is granted. Have a good day.
Thank you, Your Honor. Happy birthday. This have been happening for 6 years. I'm to the point to where I'm done. That voicemail have a date on it. If he want to see that I got that for him, I'm done. If she want to use my nephews and nieces against me and we ain't got to see him, I'm to the point to where that's it for me. I don't have no more say so. I don't care. I'm not trying to work nothing out because we could have did this without him. And that's just facts.
And right, but you been harassing me though. We could have did that. I reached out to you. We threw our daughter parties together. We was cool until you got what you wanted out of me, and then you texting your mama saying how, Mama, I'm finna come throw they out and this, that. Like, I'm the victim for real. I don't know when that message was. Yes, that's probably is me, but like I said, it been going on for years now.
Plaintiff Brandon Hentz says he was immature when he started dating the defendant. But after the defendant had a son, he took responsibility for the child, even though he knew the baby may not be his. Brandon claims the defendant then had a second child, so he petitioned the court for 2 DNA tests. Defendant Leslie Smith admits that at one time she told Brandon that he was not the father of her child, but says she only did it because he was unfaithful. Leslie says Brandon may be the father of both of her children, and she looks forward to getting closure today.
Let me hear from you first.
Well, me and Leslie met it I'm sorry, I'm very nervous.
Take your time. Well, let me go to her. She's smiling and grinning. Yeah. Over this issue of whether you're the father of her child. I guess it's funny. Go ahead.
Well, I met Brandon in 2006. When I first met him, he pretty much lied to me about a couple of things, like his name, what school he went to.
How'd you find out his real name?
His family pretty much told me.
How long after meeting him did you find out his real name?
Maybe 2 months.
Okay. And how long did you all stay together?
We've been off and on at that time for maybe the past 4 years.
All right. What'd you call him? The name he told you or the name his family told you to call him?
I called him the name that his family told me to call him.
Why you didn't call the man what he wanted to be called? That's disrespectful.
Because that's not his name. That wasn't his name.
Him?
I don't know why he lied about that.
He probably rejected his family. His family might not treat him right. So he changed his name. Go ahead.
I end up getting pregnant, and I lied to Brandon and told him that he wasn't the father.
You told him he wasn't the father?
Yes.
How long after delivery?
Once I got pregnant, I told him that I was pregnant right away. But
when did you say he's not the father?
Yes, I told him that he wasn't. He asked me about it.
Why'd you do that? It was true?
Because, no, it wasn't true. I did that because Brandon has hurted me. He has cheated on me, and he has cheated on me numerous of times. It was plenty of girls in the picture. And so I did branch off and start seeing someone else. So in the midst of that, that's when I ended up finding that I was pregnant. So I end up telling him, and he has been there regardless of our differences. He has been a great person in my life,
Good.
him and his family.
He's been a father to the child or not?
Yeah, he...
Okay. Go ahead, sir. Let me hear from you.
Well, like she was saying, yeah, I was immature at that time. I did get her the wrong name. Like, I was honestly didn't know what I was.
Move on. You had a warrant on you. Go ahead. What else?
Okay, so
that's why you gave her the wrong name. You had a warrant for your arrest. Go ahead.
No, I ain't had no warrant
Yes,
at the time.
you did. Go ahead. People give you the wrong names because they got a warrant.
Actually, that was when it was me and my brother trying to do something else, but it didn't happen.
I know it had to do with crime. Go ahead. When you and your brother was trying to do something else. Go ahead, sir. So you told her that.
Yeah.
All right. And then how did the relationship
So after
progress?
that, we got back together and she had a son. So I'm like, okay. She moved in. We moved in with my aunt.
And at the time of her pregnancy, she says she told you you weren't the father.
Yeah.
And then what did you believe afterwards?
I was still there. I believe it probably was mine, but I didn't really say nothing, but I still was there anyway. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of anything, you know, because like I knew this day was probably gonna come where she probably do tell me it was mine, or, you know, the other guy.
So when did she tell you the child was yours, or did she ever state?
She actually never told me.
She never went back and said, I was just talking, I was just upset.
She never
the child is yours.
She never told me the child was mine. She never told me the son was mine. The son was mine. I was talking to my cousin one day on the phone, and he was like, well, Demarion actually resembles you when you was a child.
Does?
Yeah, he does resemble you as a child. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, so I talked to her, and I was like, well, since we're doing Demaya, we might as well do Demarion just to make sure, you know, because I wouldn't want him not to have me in his life.
If you're his father?
Yes.
Good. All right, and when did it last come up?
Well, we was living together at my aunt's again. I ended up getting locked up for residential burglary, and she ended up getting pregnant. And I got out on probation, you know what I'm saying? And when I first seen her, she was telling me she was messing with another dude. She was messing with another dude while I was locked up. So I had just got out of the work release center, and I had called her and I was like, is there any possibility I can be the father? She told me no. So I started a relationship with another girl, and 4 months after that, she called me and say, well, it's a possibility you could be her father. So now I say, well, I need a DNA test now.
All right. Ma'am?
Okay, so when Brandon got locked up, true enough, I did start seeing someone else. I ended up running back into him. I told him I was pregnant. I also told him that the second child was not his. But once I conceived my child and had her, I did have a conversation with his mom, and I did tell her that it could have been a possibility. But the other people that's involved in my kid's life, they didn't. When I had brought it up to the other possible father about it, he told me, like, no, pretty much like, leave it alone. I'm the dad. There's no reason for you to go and tell him.
When did he tell you that?
When I had my baby.
Okay.
When I had her, and at the time.
But did he write his name on the birth certificate?
Yes, he did. He wrote his name on birth.
So he is presumed the father. Go ahead.
So when I finally got the courage and became the woman that I am, I finally told him, like, you know, I'm sorry, you know, that I put you through this. And he asked me for a paternity test, and I told him I didn't want to do it.
Why?
Nervous? I don't know.
Nervous? Nervous about what? Nervous about knowing the true father of your child? How this man supposed to know? I'm glad you requested. It's you that has been requesting this. Even though another man's name is on the birth certificate, you wanted to know.
Because my father was never in my life. So, you know what I'm saying? I don't want my daughter or my son to be without their father. You know?
He's been committed to wanting to know. And as you've heard, he's had a record. And you ain't getting high no more, are you?
I worked all week, every week. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't ask you that.
No, I ain't going to jail no more. I ain't going to jail no more.
No. You might pick up that thing every now and then.
No.
That shirt is a little large on you.
That's because, you know what I'm saying, I've been working a lot, I'm losing a little weight, you know. It's kind of high where I work, you know.
No, man, I will leave you alone because whatever you're doing, at least you want to take your responsibility of fatherhood. But whatever you're doing, if we are able to confirm you're the father, please don't do anything personally that will affect the life of your child. All right? Can I get your word on that?
Yes, sir.
All right, whatever it is. All right. You didn't work the weight off, right? All right, sir. Let me get the results. I thank you for showing that concern and commitment. You presume that both of them are yours, though?
I believe 100%.
Even though okay, good.
She actually looked like my sister's. My sister actually passed 2 years ago. You know, saying she killed herself, and tomorrow will be her 2-year anniversary of when she killed herself. And I just want to know because my sister was arguing with the other guy that supposed to been a baby daddy on Facebook before she died, saying that my daughter looked like me, like her.
You playing games. I mean, this is nothing to play with. Folks destroy lives. Sorry about that, sir. 0 chance you're the father. Case adjourned.
Only thing I keep telling him, like, I'm sorry. I didn't want him or myself to be going through this, but this is what he been asking me for, and I didn't want this to happen.
The young man who came to find out paternity, he was so devastated and traumatized took him back to my dressing room to talk to him. First time in 20 years I've ever done that with any litigant. One of the things I tried to inspire him as he was crying profusely and caused me to tear up a little, talking about his commitment and his love and for the child, he wants to stay in the child's life. So I gave him the advice to use it as an inspiration to do other things with your life. And one of the first things I pointed out is that there's a stereotype that black men in particular abandon and don't want to take care of their kids. However, most of them love their children and want to be in their children's lives. And he was an example. And so I told him what he did was help change the minds, no doubt, of at least hundreds of thousands of people who have a stereotype about men in his situation. Then I also advised him to find a way, once again, to what I refer to as turn your pain into power. And oddly enough, he said he wanted to start a nonprofit to help other people, and youth in particular.
That's great.
So,
wow.
Just wanted you to know he had some good news.
Yeah.
And he really appreciated you all. He could feel you all support. And so he appreciated the audience support. And because most people have nothing positive to say about a guy who's been in and out of jail, so it did a lot for him to, for you all to accept.